Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Especially if I say about they are SSC students according to the National Curriculum Students of Bangladesh. This is the chapter number 2. Name is transaction, and according to your textbook, your math number is 4. Today we are going to solve it. Salim Traders sold the following goods to Zoya Traders on February 2017. You can see here. Try to get this one first of all. Whenever anything is sold to the any persons without mentioning cash, you can see here Salim Traders sold the following goods to Zoya Traders. There isn't mentioned about any cash. That means it's all the transactions about on account transactions. Whenever there must be mentioned any person's name with cash, that indicates the cash transaction. Otherwise, that should be always considered as on account transaction. How you can say right here? If I say sold goods, Taka 10,000, that indicates it's a cash transaction. Instead of, if I say on account, how? On account transaction, how do you identify? Sold goods to Korim. You can see sold goods to Korim Taka 10,000. Here, what is mentioned here? Korim. Sold goods to Korim. But there isn't mentioned any cash or normal sold goods. That means it's on account transaction. Instead of this, if this transaction written like that, sold goods to Korim cash Taka 10,000, only that it would be cash transaction. Otherwise, it should be always recognized as on account transaction. Same case also happened to the Salim Traders. How? He has sold all the goods to Zoya Traders, but there isn't mentioned any cash. That means it's a on account transaction. Okay, sir. 150 kg sugar Taka 55 per kg for cash. You can see here cash. That means as cash is mentioned here, it's a cash transaction. It's a cash transaction. However, 56 kg sugar to Taka 52 per kg. Is there mentioned any cash? No. That means it's on account transaction. 35 kg mosur dal Taka 100 per kg. That means it's on account transaction. Because there isn't mentioned any cash. That's the key points you need to focus while doing this math, sir. Otherwise, there is a huge chances to make mistakes. Is it okay? Okay, now Solim traders allow 10% trade discount. What do you mean by trade discounts? Trade discounts indicates discount related to purchase and sales. Discount related to purchase and sales. When you are purchasing anything from any supplier, if you get any discount, that should be recognized as trade discount or purchase discount. On the other hand, you can say Solim Traders is selling goods to the Zoya Traders. In that case, Solim Traders gives a discount to the Zoya Traders. That indicates the trade discount. It's a selling discount. What we have been told in the requirement number 8. Calculate the total amount of sales of Solim Traders. Whenever you have been told total amount of sales, it might be cash or on account. Everything would be included here. If we have been told like determine the total amount of on account sales, only these two will be included here, not the cash one. But we haven't told anything. What we have been told? We have been told to identify total amount of sales. So total amount of sales means cash plus on account. What is the first one? We are selling, that means Solim Traders has sold here 115 kg. That is the sugar sales cash. 115 kg into 55. What is the amount here? 6,000. What is our amount here, sir? 6,325. Then sugar sales on credit. What I have written here, you can see here on credit, because you can see the name of the person or organization is given here. On the other hand, there isn't mentioned any cash like the February one. That's why I have written here on credit. What is the amount per kg? If per kilo price is 52 taka, and how about 56 kg? Multiply 2,925 12. 56 into 52. What is the amount here? 2912. How about the next one? 35 kg and per kg how much? 110. If you 1 kilo is 110 taka, how about 35 kilo? You have to multiply. That means 3850. 3850. What is our total sales? Now add all of them. 3850 plus 2912 plus 6325. What is our total amount here? Our total amount here 30,087. Again, I have to add all of them to cross check it. 25 plus 2912 plus 3850. What is our total amount here? 13,787. Now, whenever Solitaire sold these goods at that time, how about discount would be given? 10%. 10%. So 13,087 into 10%. Deduct it. This deduct means I have to sacrifice this amount to here. What is our amount here? If you deduct, we would get 1,000. What we are getting here, you can see the total amount is 103.7. Sir, to avoid decimal, you can do it by using decimal or you can avoid it. You can see after decimal, if your digit is up to 5, the value 5, that means you can deduct it. Instead of writing 1308.7, I am writing here 9. Is it clear? How? Here I am deducting the decimal. I want to avoid it. So now deduct 13,087 minus 1,309. 11,778. 11,778. How? Again I am saying, as you know that after decimal, if your digit is below 5, you shouldn't add anything before the value of the decimal. But as it is up to 5, that's why I have added 1 with 8. That's why I've written here 1,300. But if you have any problem, you can directly deduct it. At the time you will get, what is the amount here? 30,087 minus 80.7. Now you can see here, whenever I have make it as a round figure, at the time I am getting here 11,778. It's an answer. It's also right answer. But if you deduct this amount directly, at the time you will get how much? 11,778.3. So same answer. After decimal, as it is the below 5 digit, you need to, it's not write down to mandatory, same answer you will get. But if you write down this figure also, it would be also right answer. Is it okay, sir? Our first requirement is done. What you have been told about our second requirement. Prepare a cash memo for the transaction of February 1. Cash memo. So this is the format of a cash memo. It's a mandatory. Again, I am saying, as a SSC and ACC candidate, for all of you, format of cash memo, invoice, debit note, credit note, debit voucher, credit voucher. These 6 are mostly important. These 6 items might be given anything in the question. And it's a sure about you are going to get it. So this is the format of any invoice. Everything. This is the format of what we are talking about, like cash memo, right? Is the format of the cash memo. And what is our third requirement? Invoice. Now you have to get what do you mean by cash memo and what do you mean by invoice. You can say cash memo is mostly used to record all the cash transactions. So what we have been told here, February 1, you can see is the format of the cash memo. You have to write down the company's name. Who is preparing the cash memo? Solim Traders. You have to give a title, Solim Traders. Then write down the cash memo. What is the date? We have been told here, February 1. Write down the February 1 on the top of this year. February 1, 2017. Write down this one. Then voucher number as a format, you need to write down. Then buyer's name. Who is the buyer of Solim Traders? Joya Traders. Write down the name of Joya Traders here. Then address. If it is given, then write down it. Otherwise, you can skip it. According to the format, there must be 5 columns. Serial number, description of goods, rate, quantity, amount. Rate, quantity, amount. All of it is one. What is our requirement number 1? February 1. 115 kg sugar, taka 55 per kg for cash. Okay, fine. Write down this one. Sugar sales. Now add all of them. 55 into per kg 115. What is our amount here? 62,000. Sorry, 6,325. There is a discount. You can see discount must be deducted from the total amount because solemn traders isn't going to receive this amount. It's always indicates a deduction of the cash. That's why 10% trade discount. You can see here. Now deduct it. What is our trade discount? 10%. So if we calculate, the now you can see, sir, 6,325 into 10% to 10. What is our amount here? You can see we are getting exactly 632.5 after decimal. If my digit is similar to 5, that means I can add 1 here, 633. If it is below 5, I don't even have to calculate this. Sir, to avoid decimal, I'm going to make it a round figure. Instead of deducting from 632.5, I have made it an equal figure after avoiding decimal. Now deduct it. 6,325 minus 633. What is my total amount here? 5,692. Again, to check it, 55 into 115. Okay, 6,220, 325 into 10% discount. Then I get 632.5. As it is after decimal, the figure is similar to the 5 or upper of 5. You can add 1 with the last digit. So I have made it round figure by avoiding decimal, 633. Now if I deduct it, 6,325 minus 633, what it would be? 5,692. Now I have to write down here what? 5,000 600, 5,692, 92. Then buyer signal and seller signal is a format that you need to write down. You don't need to give any signature or anything. It is just a format. You have to only write down it. And note is mandatory that you need to write down here, and the sold goods can't be written. Is it okay, sir? Now, what is our third requirement? If it is done, move to our third requirement. You can see here, our third requirement is prepare an invoice for the transaction of February. How you can remember the format? Try to get this one. The format of cash memo and invoice both are similar. What I have said, cash memo and invoice both are similar. How? You can see here. I'm going to make it as smaller as you can get it. Try to match with this one. Solim traders, then Solim traders. Instead of cash memo, write down invoice, date. Here you can say voucher number. Here only you need to write down invoice number. How about buyer's name? Buyer's name. All of them are similar, same format. Serial number, description of goods, rate, quantity, amount. That means the format of cash memo and invoice is totally same. So what is the difference here? The main difference is only here. You can see here buyer signature, you have to write down sales terms. Seller signature, all of them equal except this one. Here sales terms, we used to write down here buyer signature. That's the difference here. Is it clear, sir? It's similar. Okay. Invoice for the transaction of February 15. What is the February 15 here? 35 kg মসুর ডাল টাকা 110. Okay, again 110 টাকা 35 kg. Now we have to multiply all of that. If per kg is 110 taka, how about 35 kg? 3850. Try to get this one. 3850. Okay, sir. 3850 taka. And trade discount is also given for all the transactions. So 3850 into 10%. How about 385? Now trade discounts is to be deducted from the our total sales amount. 3850 minus 385. What is our rest amount? 3465. 3465. 3465. Again, I have to check it. 110 into 35 equal to 3850 into 10% is 3000. On 3850 it would be 385. Now deduct it, minus 385. 3006 465. Now in a words we have to write down here 3400 465 65. And yes, errors and omission accepted, but here we have written here no cash goods, sold goods can't be written. Sir, that's the only differences between invoice and cash memo. I think inshallah you will all get this math. So inshallah in our next class we are going to solve from 5, 6, 7, 8. Then inshallah whatever it be given it will be done serially one by one. So all of you please stay healthy and happy. Assalamu alaikum.